his first ball that he faced for six.
So, who exactly is Rizwan Cheema? You might be thinking, isn't he that guy who plays cricket for Canada? Well, yes, but his journey wasn't your typical rise to fame. Born in 1980 in Pakistan, a country where cricket is practically worshipped, Cheema's story is anything but conventional. But here's the twist. He didn't stay in Pakistan to pursue cricket.
Nothing. I just was speaking to my friend here today. Yesterday he told me looks like 100 is coming, so today we get a chance to bat first. And I'm glad it came out good. And I got a 100 in T10 as well.
Nope, he moved to Canada. Yes, Canada, land of ice hockey, poutine, and, well, not so much cricket. Now let's be honest. If you were a young cricketer in Canada, where would you play? A snow-covered park. It's not exactly the ideal cricket setting, right? But Cheema wasn't about to let that stop him. He traded the cricket fields of Pakistan for a country where baseball was more popular than cricket, and yet he still managed to carve out a career. Talk about a plot twist. Here's where things get interesting. Despite playing in a country where cricket was pretty much unknown, Cheema didn't just blend in.
You have a better chance to hit few good boundaries. So amazing. I was actually, he came to me and he said, "What a decision!" I said, "But this is how it should be. You are fresh and you're hitting really well. The way you hit Ali Khan in the first over is amazing."
He stood out. Through grit, determination, and some serious batting skills, he became one of the most recognizable faces of Canadian cricket. In fact, his powerful hitting made him a key player in the Canadian national team, even taking them to the ICC World Cups. But as with any success story, Cheema also faced criticism. Some doubted his consistency and temperament. So what makes Rizwan Cheema so special?
Oh, that's it big. Rizwan Cheema, he hit his first ball that he faced for six, and that was...
Well, he's the perfect example of an underdog who defied the odds. And trust me, you're going to want to stick around to see just how far he went, despite being a cricketer in the land of hockey. Now, before we dive into his full story, let's take a quick look at some of Rizwan Cheema's most iconic moments. You might be thinking, Canada and cricket, really?
So close to get an ODI status, it could have been very, very good for the generations to come, and I think it's a huge loss to Canada. I'm obviously, sometimes things not in your control, so...
Well, Cheema wasn't just playing cricket, he was changing the game. His performance in the 2003 ICC World Cup was nothing short of historic. While many expected Canada to be a mere spectator, Cheema's explosive batting showed the world that Canada had more to offer than just cold winters and maple syrup. And then there was his unforgettable display in the 2011 World Cup, where he slammed one of the fastest 50s in the tournament. He wasn't just there to play, he was there to make a statement. Cheema's trademark? His fearless hitting.
Rizwan Cheema, the new batsman, and that'll be six.
Every time he stepped up to the crease, the crowd held its breath. Whether it was a towering six or a powerful boundary, you could almost guarantee that he'd put on a show. He wasn't just a batsman, he was an entertainer. His aggressive style became a hallmark of his career, making him one of the most exciting players on the Canadian team. But before all those unforgettable highlights, before Cheema became the face of Canadian cricket, how did a young boy from Pakistan find his way to a cricket field in Canada? What obstacles did he face, and what kept him going? To understand his rise to prominence, we need to go back to where it all started.
Rizwan Cheema, the new batsman, and that'll be six. Straight away off the mark.
Before he was smashing sixes for Canada, Rizwan Cheema was just another kid in Pakistan with a bat and a dream. Born in 1980 in the city of Sialkot, a place known for producing some of the world's best cricket bats, it's safe to say Cheema was surrounded by cricket from the start. Imagine growing up in a city where every street corner and alley seemed to have a game going on. How could he not fall in love with the game? But here's the twist. Cheema wasn't born with a silver bat in his hand. His family wasn't part of the cricketing elite. In fact, like many kids in Pakistan, he started playing with whatever he could find. Maybe a makeshift bat, or even just a stick and a tennis ball. Sounds familiar, right? After all, who didn't play cricket in their backyard with a bat made out of an old piece of wood? It was his family that planted the seed for his love of cricket. His father, though not a professional player, supported his dream, and that encouragement made all the difference. With his natural athleticism and determination, Cheema quickly caught the eye of local coaches, showing signs of a player with raw talent, even if he was just playing on dusty streets. But here's the burning question. What made Cheema stand out among all the other kids playing cricket in Pakistan? Was it his dedication, his natural power, or was it simply that he just really loved hitting things out of the park? Whatever it was clear early on that Cheema was destined for something bigger.
Oh, that's it big. Rizwan Cheema, he hit his first ball that he faced for six.
Imagine this, you're playing street cricket in Pakistan, then boom, you're in Canada. Rizwan Cheema made that leap, and it was a huge change. From cricket being a national obsession in Pakistan to a country where hockey reigns supreme, the move was a challenge. But why leave Pakistan? Cheema sought better opportunities and a fresh start, but the reality of cricket in Canada was a far cry from his cricket-crazy homeland, Iran. Canada wasn't exactly known for its cricket culture. With baseball stealing the spotlight, Cheema wasn't just fighting for a spot on the national team, he was fighting for cricket's place in the country. The adjustment wasn't just about learning a new culture, it was about convincing people that cricket could thrive in Canada too. Cheema began playing for local clubs, slowly building recognition. His big break came when he joined the Canadian national team. And of course, there were doubts. Could a cricketer from Pakistan succeed in a country where the sport was practically invisible? Cheema's answer was simple. With talent, determination, and a fierce passion for the game, he proved that Canada had a place in international cricket. And as the saying goes, when you believe in something, you don't back down. After years of grinding it out in local clubs and making his mark in the Canadian cricket scene, Rizwan Cheema got the call-up to the Canadian national team. And let's be honest, it was a little like a dream come true for him and for Canadian cricket fans who were about to witness something special. It wasn't just about playing for Canada. Cheema was about to prove that even a cricketer from a country without a major cricket tradition could make an impact on the world stage. His debut for the Canadian national team was just the beginning. But let's face it, his first appearance was just the start of what would be a thrilling ride. In 2003, Cheema found himself playing in the ICC World Cup. And while Canada wasn't exactly favored to win, Cheema's explosive style of batting was about to make people sit up and pay attention. During the tournament, he didn't just play, he made a statement. The man could hit the ball, really hit it. You know, the kind of shots that make you think, wait, is this guy really from Canada? His performances were full of confidence and power, and with each match, Cheema became a key player for Canada. He was no longer just an outsider trying to fit in. He was the guy everyone was watching. His aggressive batting became a defining feature of the team's strategy. Whether it was hitting boundaries or clearing the ropes with sixes, Cheema wasn't just participating, he was leading. And let's be real, Cheema was more than just a player. He was becoming a hero. As his performances grew, so did his popularity. Fans from all over Canada started paying attention, and Cheema was fast becoming the face of Canadian cricket. People started to realize that, hey, maybe cricket had a future in Canada after all. And who better to lead the charge than Rizwan Cheema? But here's the funny thing. After his success on the world stage, people started asking, how did this guy from a country that doesn't really play cricket get so good? The answer? A relentless work ethic, a passion for the game, and of course, a few powerful sixes. So, Cheema wasn't just a participant in the 2003 World Cup. He was the guy who made waves for Canadian cricket. And this was just the beginning. His growing confidence and undeniable talent would continue to shape his journey as one of Canada's best cricket players. And trust me, you'll want to stick around to see how it all unfolded. If Rizwan Cheema's career had a soundtrack, it would be a mix of powerful hits, booming sixes, and crowd roars. This chapter is all about those unforgettable moments that made Cheema a hero in Canadian cricket. Whether it was hitting massive sixes, delivering crucial performances, or just making the crowd hold its breath every time he walked to the crease. Let's start with the 2003 ICC World Cup. Cheema's stage to show the world that Canada wasn't just a cricket outsider. Everyone was watching to see what the underdog could do, and Cheema didn't disappoint. One of the most memorable moments? His stunning 50-run knock against the West Indies. He wasn't just batting, he was smashing boundaries. And with each shot, Cheema proved that a team like Canada could compete on the world stage, even against the giants of cricket. But the magic didn't stop there. Fast forward to the 2011 ICC World Cup, and Cheema was back with his signature aggressive style. In a tournament that showcased some of the world's best players, Cheema still managed to stand out. He hit one of the fastest 50s in the tournament's history, a performance that had the crowds cheering and Canada's cricketing future looking a little brighter. And then, of course, there were his powerful sixes. It wasn't just about getting runs for Cheema, it was about getting them in style. He could clear the ropes with such ease that it made you wonder if he was secretly trying to hit the ball all the way back to Pakistan. His fearless batting style became his trademark, and with each boundary, he etched his name further into Canadian cricket history. But Cheema's brilliance wasn't just about individual performances, it was the timing. He showed up when Canada needed him the most. His knock against Kenya in the 2011 World Cup was another example of him stepping up under pressure, helping Canada to stay competitive. His ability to perform when it counted made him not just a player, but a leader, a symbol of hope for Canadian cricket. So what made these performances even more impressive? It wasn't just the runs or the sixes. It was the context. Canada's cricket infrastructure was not as developed as that of larger cricketing nations. Cheema had limited resources, yet he made the most of every opportunity. It was clear that his passion for the game, combined with his raw power and skill, was more than enough to help him stand out on the international stage. In fact, his impact on Canadian cricket cannot be overstated. Coaches, teammates, and analysts alike praised Cheema's contributions. His aggressive approach to batting and his ability to take on some of the world's best bowlers made him a force to be reckoned with. It wasn't just about winning, it was about showing the world that Canada had the potential to be a force in international cricket. And here's an insider tidbit. Despite being one of Canada's most celebrated cricketers, Cheema's journey wasn't always filled with praise. At times, critics doubted his consistency and ability to perform under pressure. But each time he stepped up to the plate, Cheema proved them wrong, silencing the doubters with every swing of the bat. But let's ask the burning question. How did Cheema keep his cool under all that pressure? Was it sheer willpower, a secret love of the game, or just the knowledge that no one could hit a ball quite like him? Whatever it was, it worked, and it made him a hero to many Canadian cricket fans. Rizwan Cheema's journey wasn't just about runs and sixes, it was about fighting for respect. As a cricketer from Canada, a nation not traditionally known for cricket, he often struggled to gain recognition, both in the sport and in the media. Playing for a smaller cricketing nation meant constantly fighting for attention in the shadow of cricketing giants like India, Pakistan, Australia, and England. While he was facing world-class bowlers, he was also battling stereotypes. Canadians play cricket? Cheema's relationship with larger cricketing nations wasn't always smooth. His performances on the international stage were often overshadowed by the dominance of traditional cricket powerhouses, but that didn't stop him from proving his worth. He became a key figure for Canada, showing that even a small nation could compete on the world stage. As Cheema eventually retired from international cricket, his legacy grew. His impact wasn't just in the runs he scored, but in how he inspired the next generation of Canadian cricketers. Whether through coaching, commentary, or as a cricket ambassador, Cheema's influence remained strong. He paved the way for future players, proving that no matter where you're from, passion and perseverance can take you far. His story continues to inspire the Canadian cricket community today. Thank you for watching, and remember to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you can experience our following cricket insights. See you in the following video. Bye for now.